Okay, let's start off today with some Simon Shuffle. So just bouncing around for a little bit. We've got a two-part workout today. Part one is going to be some tempo squats, strength focused, and then part two will be a fast burner with some renegade rows and some toes to bar if you have something to hang from, or maybe some dragon flag sit-ups or ab mat sit-ups. Great. You guys are all muted now. Find something that you can grab onto, and we'll go for some leg swings. We want to make sure that our hips are warmed up before we start squatting today. With these tempo squats, we're going to be spending 5 seconds on the descent. We're also going to be spending 5 seconds pause at the bottom before we shoot up. We're going to do 3 sets of 7 reps. Each time you do 7 squats, that'll take at least 1 minute and 10 seconds if you're doing 5 seconds down and a 5-second pause. And then we'll pause and rest for, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes between each set. Ideally, we can find a set of dumbbells for that or something heavy that forces you to engage, gets you a little tired, but doesn't kill you for part 2 of the workout. If you haven't yet, go for some swipes across your body now. Great. All right. And now let's start crawling around on the floor. I want us to go for some long-legged bear crawls. So you'll find a downward dog position. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. Find a downward dog position, and we're just gonna go crawling back and forth, keeping your legs long as you travel around. Excellent. Totally stable. And now we'll do some dynamic inchworms, similar to the bear crawl. We're going to extend overhead, forward fold, walk out, nice and slow. Pause in this plank. We'll get a push-up, chest to the ground, before our feet come back to our hands. And we'll do the same thing, walking across your room, walking back. Eric and Christine are in their driveway. Who else? Looks like Laura's in her backyard. Joanna's in her garage. Excellent. All right, and as we're starting to feel a little bit warmer, let's get into some lizard lunges. So Similar idea, we're in plank, and we'll keep it dynamic today. So bring your right foot to your right hand, and then back. And then left foot to left hand, make a little circle, shift your weight, and we'll do this for the next minute or so. Dynamic lizard lunge. With the heel that is behind you, think about pressing that backwards into the ground. Shift your hips left to right, forward and back. Get all the angles of this stretch. Hey, Sandra. All right, now with hips that are a little warmer than when we began, I want us to find the bottom of a squat and shift our weight from the left to the right heel. Knees are tracking out. Heels are just outside of my hips, maybe right underneath them. And I'm just shifting my weight left to right. I'm pulling my chest up. And then I'm going to take my hands and place them on the ground and lean forward and back. Shift your weight left to right as you're leaning on your hands. You should feel your hips start to open up. Lengthen your spine. Keep driving those knees out to the sides. Great. And now, let's come back to something that we can hold on to and get a couple more leg swings. And after your swings, a couple more swipes as well. And now let's start to open up our shoulders a little bit with some left arm over right arm, back hugs. Feel your chest open up. Feel your shoulders get a little blood flow. You can make some circles with your arms. Left over right, right over left. And if you have something to hang from, you can find that bar or that tree or that post and hang from it for the next 30-ish seconds. If you don't have something to hang from, find a child's pose that you can hang out in to stretch out the lats a little bit and elongate your spine. It looks like Maria and her brothers are going to hang from the loft in her room. Sandra's got some rings. Great, now shift your weight left to right. Feel any tension in your lower back start to ease away. Great. And this is in preparation for later. It looks like Eric and Christine have a rig that they can use for toes to bar or knees to chest or something. Joanna also has a bar. Debbie has a bar. I'm not sure about the rest of you. Come down from your bar and grab a light set of dumbbells or moderately light. If you don't have dumbbells that will work, you can use a kettlebell for today's squats as well. But we want to start out with something light-ish. I've got a kettlebell. Let's go for 5 really slow deadlifts. Keep your back super rigid. 5 deadlifts. Gaze out straight in front of you. No need to look down. The ground is there. And then get that weight up to your shoulders or the front rack. Perfect. I want you to set a point out in the distance or somewhere in front of you that you can stare at. Get your feet nice and stable just beneath your hips. And we're going to take 5 seconds to go down into the bottom of a squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we can come back up. This time we're going to spend 5 seconds going down and 5 seconds at the bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and drive up. And I want you to do that 2 more times. Down for 5. Great. Pay attention to your knees tracking out. Pay attention to your elbows pulling your chest up. Debbie, that looked great. Don't let your dumbbells or your kettlebell pull your chest down. Actively fight against that by engaging your back and standing nice and upright. At the bottom of your squat, your whole foot should be on the ground. I don't want you on the edges of your feet or collapsing inwards. I want your whole foot flat on the ground and your knees driving out, totally holding tension at the bottom. If you relax your stomach at the bottom, you're definitely prone to injuring something once that weight gets heavy. So at the top of your squat, take a big breath, lock in your chamber, this thoracic chamber, and then on the way down, keep it all tight. If you need to breathe, keep it tight and just let out a little bit of air. Does that make sense? Cool. It's 11:15, or it's 9:15. Go ahead and find a heavier pair of dumbbells if you would like to go up in weight. Otherwise, we're going to spend the next 15-ish minutes squatting. Again, every time you do 7 tempo squats, it should take you 1 minute and 10 seconds at least, because it's a 10-second squat at minimum. 5 seconds on the way down and 5-second hold at the bottom before you drive up. I find it helpful if you count out loud: 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, all the way down, and then hold at the bottom. But yeah, we're gonna spend the next 15 minutes, I'm gonna do it with you guys, traveling through squats, paying attention to our chamber, to being tight all the way down and tight at the bottom. I'm also going to unmute us so that we can talk to each other while we are working.
How many of those are we doing?
We're doing 3 sets of 7. So 7 reps at one time, rest a couple minutes, and then another 7 reps, rest a couple minutes, and finally another 7. If your weight is too heavy to do 7, then you can scale that down to 5 or something like that. If your weight is too light for 7, then you could either make your descent and pause even slower, or you could increase the number of reps that you do.
1, 2.
Max, keep pulling your elbows high so that your back doesn't start to round at the bottom.
Yeah, you don't want to. So it's okay if you don't want to go.
Nice, Davis.
Is that 7?
That's for me.
Yeah.
Eric, it's super hard to count, especially when you're going slow. I can't do it either.
Okay, I'm on my.
Does it matter how we hold the kettlebell?
No, not at all. As long as it's up. If you have dumbbells, it matters more that your elbows are high. But with the kettlebell, as long as you have a good grip on it, I'm happy with that. If you want to hold it by the handle or by the bell part. Debbie, how do those feel?
Pretty good. You know, everything's feeling better every day.
Yeah. How's the ankle?
It's coming along as well. I can't run, but it's good.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Tib, how much weight do you have?
50.
Great. How is it?
50. It's good, I think. I don't know.
Okay, great. That looks great, Dr. Nelson.
It's supporting you because you're trying to fight that. So that's good.
So,
Excellent, Joanna.
Here. And go.
Are we supposed to start round 2?
Yeah, after you feel good enough from round 1 to start round 2, you can grab those dumbbells and clean them up to your front rack for another set. Great, Joanna. That looks awesome.
Let's do the next round. Awesome.
As we get lower and lower, I want you to pay attention to what your lower back does near the bottom of your squat. Is your lower back starting to round, or is it able to maintain that nice curve at the bottom? If it starts to round, you'll need to tighten up from the bottom a little bit more.
Let's do the last. Oh.
And also focus on a powerful drive up to the top from the bottom. If you're coming up slowly, you're missing a little bit of power. If you're able to explode and drive through your heels, you're doing it perfectly. That was great, Davis. Good power.
This one's scootering, baby.
Marcia, I want you to think about bringing your elbows high. Yeah, just like that. Joanna, you have a barbell, yeah?
Yeah.
How is that?
Good.
Excellent.
I haven't practiced front squats in a while
Mm-hmm.
because of the pressure. But
Yeah.
it's doing well, yeah.
Okay, great.
Maybe you need to be careful because I'm going to expose it.
Great control, Dr. Nelson. Keep pulling those elbows high at the bottom.
Go, Mark.
Come on, Davis.
You ready, babe?
Yep. Whoa.
Myvi.
No, it's inside.
Even though your weight is relatively lighter than you would normally squat with, this feels really tiring, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I notice as I do it that my thoracic back, like around my shoulder blades, it gets really tired because I'm trying to keep my elbows high. Does anyone else get that?
Yeah.
Or should-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel lucky? We're doing 7 rounds of this?
Three rounds, that's all. 3 rounds of 7 reps.
How many minutes have we been doing it now?
How many minutes? We've been going for 10.
Okay.
So you might be on your 3rd set. That's totally fine. You might be on your 2nd set. No worries. We have a couple more minutes. Just out of curiosity, what sets are people on?
I'm done.
Done.
Almost done.
I'm actually done, but
Debbie's
done.
Okay. Laura, what about you?
I finished, but I can do a 4th. I don't mind.
Okay.
I thought we were going to do 7, so.
Tib and Sandra? They're on their 3rd, it looks like. Eric and Christine?
We just finished.
Great. Dr. Nelson?
I finished.
Awesome. If you're done, I would suggest finding something that you can hang from and getting a little bit more blood flowing to your shoulder in preparation for toes to bar. And if you don't have anything to hang from, again,
You want some?
find a child's pose. No rush if you're still squatting. The Lawlers and Tib and Sandra and Marcia. Great. And I see Christine and Eric working on their kips. That's really good. If you want to get some scap pulls, that would be awesome. And then if you want to start working on kips, that would be great. With the kips, keep one line of tension from your head to your toe, and you're just gonna switch from a C to a D in air. The movement is initiated with your arm.
What? Maybe.
Those look great, Eric. Yes, ma'am.
I spoke to Mike about doing bent over rows.
Yep.
So if you can just guide me, I think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Needs to chest for today for me.
Knees to chest.
Mhm.
Hanging from the pull-up bar?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Perfect. All right. I don't see anyone else still squatting. So we can move into part 2 of our workout. We can find, if you would, please find your lighter pair of dumbbells or something that we can begin to work on our renegade rows with.
Come on over.
Great. So with renegade rows, it's essentially staying in plank. We've done these, I can't remember the last time that we did these. I think it was in like December or something like that. But we start in plank. Our feet are a little wider than normal. And you row to your rib cage with one arm and row to your rib cage with another, and then drop down into a push-up. That is one renegade row.
Oh my God.
So what that means is that your dumbbells will probably be lighter than something that you normally use for a Metcon workout with dumbbells, just a couple pounds lighter. I would probably use 40s today for the workout. We have 10 renegade rows per round. If you can get 6 in a row without having to break, then you've chosen a good weight for today. I figure that if you can make it through 10 renegade rows with one solid break to shake out your arms, then you've gotten the stimulus for the day.
So is one row, right, left, push up? That's one?
One.
Okay.
So it'll be 10 push-ups and 20 rows total per round.
How many rounds again?
5. With that being said, let's practice the renegade row. So I've got my dumbbells set up, nice and light to begin. They're just outside my shoulders. My feet are wider than normal. I'm gonna press through with my left hand and pull with my right hand to my ribcage. My trunk is twisting as I do this. It's opening up to the side that I'm pulling on. It's not just a pull into the ribcage, it's a twist and pull. With that being said, you need to make sure that you're braced for that. If you yank and twist without tension, that will probably not feel good on your back. Joanna, maybe, how do you feel about that?
Can you take a look at my bend over row and see?
Nice.
Yeah, Joanna, those will be great for today.
Okay.
I would say do 20 of those, or maybe 15. No, 20 of those would be good.
Okay.
You think you can do 20?
I need to do them very slow. That's a less than more.
Okay, then let's cut it to 12 rows and 8 push-ups.
And do 8 push-ups. Okay.
Yeah, 12 and 8.
If I only have one dumbbell, should I just roll it back and forth between the rows and then just let hands on through?
Yeah, that'll work, Laura. I think Maria is probably going to do the same thing, right, Maria?
What is it?
You're going to use one and roll it back and forth
Yes, for sure.
to decide? Yeah.
Did you say you should twist your hips or should not?
Your hips won't twist very much, but you will open up with your shoulders. So my shoulders could stay totally square, or I want them to open up as I pull into my rib cage. rather than staying square like a push-up.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more torque.
Good feel.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just two different types.
Yeah.
It's a slight twist though, right? It's not like a full blown side plank.
So it's not like you're opening, it's not like you're totally trying to open up your chest. Imagine starting a lawnmower with that picture helping you. It's like you open up to get the power coming from it.
Uh-huh.
It's not twisting just for the sake of twisting.
Gotcha. So it should be somewhat explosive.
Yeah, it will be explosive. That's the intent.
Okay.
Joanna, those look great. So we have 5 rounds of 10 renegade rows and 12 toes to bar. If 60 toes to bar seems not possible for you, then dragon flag is a great option today. You could, if you have a bar to hang from, you could even split them in half. Maybe do 1 round on the bar, the next round on the ground, and so forth. If you need to, you could modify to strict sit-ups. If dragon flag don't feel good on your back. We've got tons of options for today. But I think Debbie, are you planning on doing hanging, like hanging
Yeah.
the toes to bar?
Knees to chest.
Pardon me? Knees to
Knees
chest.
to chest. Yeah.
Great. And Joanna's doing knees to chest. Laura, what do you think?
I don't have anything to hang from, so I'm gonna do dragonflies on a pole.
Okay, great. Davis, dragon flag. Okay, cool. Dr. Nelson.
Same dragon flag.
Okay. Tib and Sandra, what are you guys thinking?
Dragon flag.
Okay. And Marcia?
I guess dragon flag, you hold, right? You hold something.
Yeah, we'll walk through that in a minute.
Yeah.
Maria and Lawler boys.
Is it 10, 12? Or
10 renegade rows and 12 toes to bar.
Max is gonna do toaster bar, and I think Marion and I are gonna do strict sit-ups.
Great. For those of us who are doing dragon flag, you'll want something that you can anchor to, like a kettlebell, for example. I'll spotlight my so you can see. Great.
You want five? I like yours.
I'm anchored to my kettlebell. I'm gonna pull my toes up, lock in my hips, and then lower down
Round.
gracefully.
You know
Toes
what
up.
you do is keep them in your mouth and put a cork board here and you can spit them out.
Those are really hard. Ideally, your hips don't bend. They stay straight all the way down. If I do dragon flag, I need to bend at my hips just a little, or like bend my knees. But the longer line you can create from your torso down to your toes, the better on dragon flags. Eric and Christine, you're hanging and knees to chest, knees to elbow,
Toes to bar.
toes to bar. Excellent. Great. How do we feel about the weight that we're using for our renegade rows?
Yeah, I'm doing 15.
Okay.
So Matthew, for even the first round, if we can get 6 unbroken and then shake our arms out a bit, that's what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. If you can manage 1 break per 10 renegade rows, it'll be good.
What do you think, Ben?
Let's do a little practice round before we get going. Let's go for 2 renegade rows and 4 toes to bar or sit-ups or whatever we're doing for our modification. I just want to watch you guys do it. 2 renegade rows and 4 toes to bar. And those are great, Debbie. If you need to go down on your knees, no worries on the renegade rows. Great. Tib, on those dragon flag, just try to control on the way down even more. Yeah, make it nice and slow. Great.
We need chalk.
Can you remind me, it's 10 renegade rows and how many knees to bar?
Yeah, 10 renegade rows and 12 toes to bar.
Okay, thank you.
10 and 12, 10 and 12, 10 and 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. All right, we're gonna start in a minute and a half. If you need to go to the restroom or you grab a drink of water or find something to mark down your rounds, go ahead and do that now. If you want to grab your stopwatch so that you can time yourself, go ahead and do that now. I'll have my phone here and I'll turn on the timer as well.
But the toes for time, the toes to bar, so I'm on the floor, that's really slow, right? You do them slowly.
Yeah,
Nothing
you
fast.
bring your toes up quickly, but then on
Yeah.
the way down, I want you to keep tension in your stomach. So if your legs just drop, that tells me that there wasn't tension in your stomach.
Okay.
But if it's slower, that's right on.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so it's not there, it's not about speed, it's really about just coming down slowly.
Yep.
Okay. You
And
can
it'll
come
be-
up fast, can you come up fast, but it's
Yeah,
going
you
down
can
slow?
come up fast. Yeah, totally.
Okay,
But on the way down, nice, slow, and controlled.
and it's 5 rounds.
Yep, 5 rounds.
Five rounds for time.
5 rounds for time. Even if your dragon flags are slow, that 12 of them will take you about the time, or similar to the time that it would take someone to do 10 or 12 toes to bar.
Flowers. We're ready.
All right. Thumbs up if you're ready to go.
Hold on, let's get a timer.
Great. Davis, you good?
All good.
Excellent. All right.
Chrissy, is this okay or not?
Then let's find our dumbbells that we're going to
This
use.
one's right here.
I have my stopwatch ready.
Yeah.
We're going to start in 10 seconds. And we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. 10 renegade rows and 12 toes to bar. Eric and Christine, those look great. Joanna, awesome on the rows. Make sure we're getting power out of that row. Big pull and then the push-up. All right. Christine is approaching the bar. Excellent. Nice, Joanna. Great control. Way to control on the way down. Nice, Davis. Great, Dr. Nelson. And it looks like Debbie is back to the dumbbells. We are 2 minutes in. Tib and Sandra, way to go. Keep at it. Keep tension all the way down on those dragon flags. Excellent. Here we go, Debbie. Awesome. Keep your back totally rigid and keep driving that dumbbell to the rib cage. Maria and her brothers are having fun. Nice, Max. Great, Laura. Big pull. There you go. All the way to the rib cage. That's great. All right, we are 3.5 minutes in. We're probably nearing the end of round 2.
We're barely starting. What?
Great, Dr. Nelson. She's doing sit-ups. Debbie, keep controlling all the way down on those knees to chest. Keep tension. Yeah, there you go. Great, and Debbie's back to the dumbbells. Davis is on the dumbbells as well. Quick shakeout, quick rest, and right back into it. Keep taking it all the way to the rib cage, Davis. That's it, much better. Eric and Christine, you guys are doing great. All right. Maria, Marion, and Max. Max, keep pulling that all the way to the rib cage. There you go. That looks great, guys. All right. John is back on the bar. We're 6.5 minutes in. Eric and Christine, those toes to bar look great. Keep pushing down hard on the bar. Nice, Davis. Here we go, Marcia. We see your legs up in the air. And nice control all the way down. Great. And Debbie is back on the bar. Excellent. Here we go, Tib and Sandra. Great. Sandra is approaching dragon flags, it looks like. Tib is on dragon flags. Nice, Laura. All right, friends, we're at the 8-minute mark. 5 rounds, 10 renegade rows, and 12 toes to bar. Keep your pace up, keep your back rigid on the renegade rows, and keep pulling strong to the rib cage. Here's Eric. All right, Christine approaching the bar again. Here we go, Davis, back to the rows. We're at the 9.5-minute mark. Keep pushing. Unmuting everybody. We can hear you heavy breathing now. All right, we're 10 minutes in. How much longer can you go?
Wherever it's done.
Here we go. All right, Tib. Here we go to Sandra. Quick rest and then right back to it. Those look great. Here we go, Eric. Fight through. Shake off the arms really quick, and then right back to it. We are 5 seconds away from the 11-minute mark. go, Laura. Great, Debbie. Here we go, Marcia. Joanna's approaching the bar yet again. 11:30 on the clock. Nice, Eric. Nice, Christine. Davis, are you done?
Yeah.
Nice. Time?
17.
11:17.
Was it time?
11:58 right now. Here we go.
Where are we at?
12:20, 12:25.
Here we go, Marcia. Once you're finished, find a roller and put your scores into the chat. We've still got a little bit of time before 10 o'clock.
I'll go grab a couple rollers. I'll do the.
Here we go, Debbie. Enough time for Joanna. Thank you for inputting that, Laura. 12:33. Here we go, Lawler crew.
Is this your last round?
Nice, Debbie.
No.
What's the time?
14:05 right now. Nice, Marcia.
14:16.
Here we go, Tib and Sandra. Here we go.
14.
Hopefully the last round. 14:36, Tib. Here we go, Sandra. Last 12.
Okay, Mary, let's go.
Yeah, Tib, you can help her.
Oh, 31.
What is
Nice,
it called?
Sandra. Great control all the way down.
Dragon what?
Flags.
Those are hard.
Great, Sandra. Last couple here.
Yeah.
15:37. Awesome job. I think that is everybody. Well done to you all. Again, please spend some time rolling out, especially your lats and your glutes today. That was great work. Your quads also might be a little sore from the squats earlier. That is no worries. It was just a lot of eccentric lowering, which, hey, Victoria.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Victoria. Hi, Maria.
Great. Make sure you text your coaches your scores, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for Mother's Day yoga.
You.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Can't wait to see you guys back at the hut soon.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Bye,
you,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye. Cheers.
Deuces.
All right, Marion, come on.
Bye. Thank you, Matthew.
Bye, Tib. Bye, Sandra. Bye,
Bye,
Matthew.
Matthew.
Ah, mon Dieu.
Good work.
Yes, difficult. Saturday. I don't know.
Thanks, Dr. Nelson.
Welcome. Thanks, Matthew.
You got it. Great work. Joanna, do you remember your time?
11:53.
11:53.
And I did 10 push-ups, 10 rows,
Yeah.
15 barbell, and 10 elevated push-ups each time.
Great.
It was good.
What's the height of your box? 24?
This is 24, yeah. Mhm.
Great.
Yeah, I can't go any lower without. Like, it's good because it helped me like really control my stomach and back, which is what I need to be doing. So that's good.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.